But anyway, it's time, people. There shall be no more loafing about, no more being a lazy ass. Shion has work to do. She has people to meet. Things are going to be very, very fun going forward. Who's ready to have some fun? Let's go have some fun with Shion and friends here in Hinamizawa.
Yo.
Shion's saying hi to everybody. See, she's here for it. She's already hyped for the finale.
皆さんまだ生きてる?
Are you all still alive out there? Everybody alive? Everybody good? Kimiyoshi was hanging from the collar with his head turned up to the ceiling. He didn't even move when I walked in. Maybe he's already dead. Satoko was lying on a cross-shaped restraining table. She glared at me with red and swollen eyes, which must have been that way from crying. I'd wanted to put her on a special restraining table to pound nails into her hands, but Satoko was too small for that. I walked up to Kimiyoshi and poked his body with my toe. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん死んだ? 人殺し.
Maybe Satoko had witnessed Kimiyoshi's last moments. I took a thick knife from the wall and stabbed Kimiyoshi with it. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん生きてるなら正直に生きてるって言ってください。
If you're alive, you better tell me!
死体のふりして逃げ出そうなんて通用しないから。
Don't fool an old man. I walked over to the pulley that was suspending Kimiyoshi.
最終通告。生きてる？生きてるなら返事してね。
What is... I love, like, what's her end game here if he's alive? She just kills him anyway? I love this playful murderer thing she's got going on right now. Yeah, Shion is absolutely crazy. Welcome, Kokos. Hope you're doing well, and hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I paused for just a moment, then turned the pulley. Kimiyoshi's body swayed strangely in the air. It looked much more like a corpse like that.
どうしてこんなことをするんですの、シオンさん。ん？ああ、なるほど。
The door to the huge cave was still open. I bet Satoko had talked to the one in the cell while I was gone. That's how she knows my name. Although that's actually not my name at all.
シオンじゃなくて、私が本当のミオン。
This girl can't even tell cauliflower from broccoli. You think she's gonna wrap her head around this Mion-Shion dilemma?
あんたたちがミオンだと思ってた方がシオン。まあややこしいだろうから理解しなくて結構。よくもみんなをリカを。
I'd allowed Satoko to watch me take care of Rika's body. Of course, I let her see Rika's neck, too.
フルでリカは自業自得。あいつは私を殺しに来たんだよ。返り討ちにしたのさ。そんなことあるわけありませんわ。リカがそんなことするわけない。信じないならそれでもいいよ。あんたにはどうでもいいことだし。私をどうするつもりなんですの？殺す。
Well, okay, that's pretty pretty to the point. Just make no bones about it. Satoko's eyes went wide. She was expecting my answer, I'm sure, but she still looked shocked. I bet she didn't expect me to state it so openly. I heard the noise of something hitting iron bars echoing in the huge cave. Shion's voice echoed there as well. I answered her clearly.
今頃罪が分かったかい?
You made this joke back when we were doing Watanagashi. But we don't get this scene in Watanagashi.
あんたはそれをサトシ君の時にしなかった。だからサトシ君は虫けらのように殺されてしまったんだ。
Yeah, you made it back then.
あんたはサトシ君を救える100億の瞬間を見捨てた、見殺した。 そうさ、それがあんたの罪なのさ。
Yeah, now everyone will get it that remembers it. Feel free to make it again, though. Oh! Before even finishing my sentence, I stabbed Satoko's right arm. Uh-oh. We're just jumping right into it. Her blood started to flow out. This was nothing compared to what happened to Rika Furude. I twisted the knife into Satoko's arm. She bit down hard, crying. Why couldn't you say that for Satoshi-kun? It's too late now. I was the one screaming like you back then, but no matter how loudly I screamed, it never reached them, spared them, or saved him. I want you to go through the same thing I did. Yeah, you might want to put on headphones. I'm imagining there's going to be a lot of screaming in this episode. I stabbed Satoko's arm repeatedly, but the knife kept hitting her bone. It didn't feel like I was cutting any of her flesh.
Yoshi, Shion. じゃあこうしよう。里子の助け方を教えてあげよう。あんたはこれから1000回ごめんなさいって言うんだよ。
Apologize to me 1,000 times. Hey, it looks like we're gonna get out of this okay, everybody.
言い終わったら里子を解放する。
She'll even let her go. Look at this. Look at this.
どう？
Get your gomenasais ready.
私は嘘をつかないよ。あんたが1000数えたら絶対に
And how about
約束を
that?
守る。
The girl doesn't tell lies.
あんたがけじめをつけたってことをちゃんと理解してね。さあ、どうするの？ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんな
far. She's got a way to go. Shion started to apologize like a broken record. She's so stupid and honest. She's not even thinking of cheating. I bet Shion really will count to 1,000. I stabbed Satoko in the wrist. There, I felt something hard. I guess I either crushed her bone or scraped it. It must have been extremely painful for her. Satoko screamed. Oh, this is gonna suck! Oh, this is gonna suck! Oh no, this is gonna suck. Shion's voice got louder as if trying to overpower the scream.
泣くのはあんたの1000倍特許だね。泣けばニーニーが来てくれる？ニーニーがかけてきて私を跳ね飛ばしてあんたを助けてくれるのかな？
The knife was still in Satoko's wrist.
サトコ、私の声が聞こえる？聞いてる？聞けよこら！
I slapped her face several times and made her look at me.
あんたは自分の罪が分かってる。あんたの存在がどれほどにサトシ君を追い詰めていたか知っている？ニーニー、ニーニー。そう、あんたはニーニーって泣けばよかった。泣きさえすればいつもサトシ君がかばってくれた。でもね、サトシ君の負担ってものを考えたことがある？サトシ君はね、あんたのヒーローでなければ不死身でもない。あんたと同じに。傷つけば血も流れ、痛めばうめく、全く同じ人間なの。
You walked into a very unpleasant scene, Taxes. Welcome. Hope your evening's going well.
あんたの代わりに矢面に立ってくれたサトシ君の痛みをあんたは理解していたの？してない。しようとさえしなかった。
Yeah, this is and knowing that it's kind of being dragged out in the visual novel just makes it's real squeamish. Yeah, hey, After 5, how's it going? You came at just the right time.
あ んたはサトシ君に甘えてた。サトシ君に寄生していた。そうさ、サトシ君が傷ついて流すその血を舐めてお前は生きてきたのさ。そんな呪われた身でありながらこの後に及んでまだサトシ君の名を呼ぶのか。あんたはその罪を今から償うのさ。私の手によってね。好きなだけ泣き叫べばいい。そしていくら泣いてもサトシ君が助けに来てくれないことを知るがいい。そう、お前が追い詰めた、お前がいなくした、お前がサトシ君を殺してしまったんだ。
After telling her all I'd been wanting to, I exhaled roughly.
どうしたよ。右腕はもう感覚がない？じゃあ左腕にするか。
I stabbed her left arm repeatedly and her blood flowed out. But Satoko's reactions weren't fun anymore. She didn't cry or scream like she did before. That put me in a bad mood, so I stabbed the back of her left hand and twisted the knife again. But Satoko still just moaned. She didn't scream anymore.
どうしたの？叫ぶと私を喜ばすと思って、せめて悲鳴を絞って抵抗ってわけ。そりゃいいや。
Satoko was unfazed by my mad laughter. She looked at me with gritted teeth and resignation.
ええ、私もそう思ってましたのよ。はあ？私がニーニーを追い詰めたからいなくなってしまった。ニーニーがいなくなったその日にもう気づいてましたのよ。私が甘えていた。
Oh no, you don't get to play piano during this. No, you don't do piano. Don't do this. God damn it.
ニーニーのすねをかじり続けてしまった。ニーニーも辛かったはずなのに、私はニーニーにすがることをやめられなかった。その点につきましては、あなたの言う通りですわ。弁解の余地なんてありませんでしたよ。
Satoko didn't sound as if she was mocking me or trying to please me. She spoke so
ちょっと
naturally.
意外だね。あんたが自分の罪に自覚があったとはね。ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれる。
Oh, poor child. Oh, child. Oh, child.
いつかきっと帰ってくるんですの。でもね、帰ってきたら私、もう一人前になっているところを見せるんですのよ。
Okay.
私、もうニーニーに甘えない。背中に隠れたりしない。しっかりした一人前になったことを教えてあげるんですの。帰ってきたらいいね。帰ってきたら。
I stabbed Satoko's arm in a mad frenzy, but she still didn't even scream. She bit down lightly and swallowed her pain instead.
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれますの。絶対に帰ってきてくれますの。それまで待ってるんですのよ。そしてニーニーに今まで甘えてきて本当にごめんなさいって謝るんですの。それまで負けるものか。もう私は絶対にニーニーに甘えたりしないの。どんな苦難にもニーニーの助けを呼ばない。泣かない、叫ばない。泣いたら ニーニーが来てしまう。だから私は一人で耐えてみせるんですのよ。上等抜かすな小娘が。私をいじめて楽しいならいくらでもお楽しみあそばせ。でもね、それで私がニーニーに助けを求めたりするのを期待しているんでしたらお気の毒ですわね。私は泣かないんだから、絶対に。疑うなら好きなだけ試してみろ。ニーニーは見ててくれる。私が本当に我慢強くなって一人前になったことを見ててくれる。私が泣き虫じゃなくなったことを見ていてくれる。それをニーニーが見届けてくれた時、きっとニーニーは帰ってきてくれるんですのよ。さあ、いくらでも試してみろ。私は泣かない、涙も見せない。北条聡子がどれほどの強さを持つか試してみろ。
Shit. I'll show her. Take that and that and that.
見てますわよね。
Oh, man.
見ててくれますわよね。聡子はこんなにも我慢強くなったんですのよ。もう何が起こってもへこたれませんの。
Oh God, this sucks. Oh man.
こんなこと、
Oh man.
この程度で、こんなくらいで私は泣かない。
Nope, nobody's crying. We're all good. There's no crying.
助けを呼ばない。耐えられる。耐えてみせる。ニーニーが私に代わって傷ついてくれた痛みには
Oh God, dude.
はるかに及ばないんだから。
Oh man. Okay. Why doesn't she feel the pain? Doesn't it hurt? There's no way it doesn't. I've been stabbing her so much and the knife went in so deep. Her blood is poured to the ground and I've been turning her flesh inside out. How can she still talk that way? Why doesn't she cry and scream? After Satoko said what she wanted to say, she shut her mouth. She didn't say a word after that. No matter how much I stabbed her, twisted the knife, tore her, and ripped at her flesh, she didn't even make a sound. What in the world is this? This isn't the Satoko I know. Satoko was never as strong as this. If Satoko was this strong, she wouldn't have been a burden to Satoshi-kun. Why wasn't she as strong before? It's too late. Everything is too late. This idiot's maturity came far too late. Her blood made my hands slippery and I dropped the knife. I was covered in blood from head to toe. Satoko was still enduring the pain. She was enduring this cruelty so she could display her strength. I couldn't defeat Satoko. I couldn't crush her strength. Satoko had achieved her goal. She had become independent, so she didn't need Satoshi-kun anymore. She still believes Satoshi-kun will come back one day. She looks forward to a day when she can show her brother how strong she had become, but Satoshi-kun hasn't seen any of that. Instead, I, who never even thought that Satoshi-kun would come back, was the one who witnessed her strength. What was I thinking? I thought Satoshi-kun was dead. No, I assumed he was. Why did I never even thought of waiting for him. I didn't believe he would come back. I didn't wait. I tried to avenge him, but I guess what I really did was forget about him. Satoko is different. She never even thought he was dead. No, maybe she did a little, but even so, she waited. She waited for a day when she could show him how much she'd grown. She waited patiently. What about me? I didn't do anything. I wanted to forget about my sadness, so I tried to find my enemy. I became a demon, using revenge as an excuse so that I didn't have to think like a human. I lost. I couldn't endure the pain of waiting for Satoshi-kun, so I chose to become a demon. In other words, I got rid of my soul, the soul that loved Satoshi-kun. Yep. Guess who isn't a strong, independent woman who don't need no man? It's certainly not this girl right now. In other words, I got rid of Satoshi-kun himself. Satoko won. While she had been gritting her teeth before her mouth had gone slack, her eyelids were half shut, but I could see her eyes a little. They looked like she was dreaming about something happy. Oh, you don't get to do this! No, you don't get to do this! Satoko endured until Satoshi-kun came. Satoko ran up to Satoshi-kun. She jumped into him. Satoshi-kun hugged her, and they spun around. Yukin cried. Satoshi-kun told Satoko that, and she cried very hard. Satoshi-kun rubbed her head so gently. We'll be together forever, he said, and continued to rub her head gently, so gently. Satoshi-kun, I was waiting for you too. What meaningless words. He was already dead inside of me. I never believed in our reunion. Hey, nerd, how's it going? You came at a great time. Everything's happy. Look, everybody's happy reunion time. Everybody's... Oh, God. How pitiful of me to say that. Just because I saw Satoko and Satoshi-kun together again. As Satoshi-kun hugged Satoko, his eyes met mine. Shion, Satoshi-kun said, I asked you for... Oh, God damn it. Oh. I asked you a favor. What favor? I tried to remember. What kind of favor did Satoshi-kun ask me? Satoshi-kun nodded at me sadly because I couldn't remember. That sad look tore my heart to shreds. The blood flowing out from me wasn't as pretty as Satoko's blood. My blood was simply liquid, like vomit with filthy chunks of food in it. That was what filled my body. Huh? A memory of the past, but when? Of course, this is the memory of the day before last year's Watanagashi. Satoshi-kun called me on the phone then. Here it comes.
Nani?
Oh man, it's got so much more meaning since she really is Mion too. His aunt was home, so I'm sure he wanted to hang up as quickly as possible. Satoshi-kun paused and spoke. My knees and elbows started to shake. My teeth chattered and my fingers were shivering. Satoshi-kun asked me to... Oh, man. What have I done? I couldn't wait for Satoshi-kun to come back, so I filled myself with evil thoughts and acted as I pleased. I didn't believe he'd ever return. I even forgot about Satoshi-kun's last request. How can I say I love him? I just wanted to forget about my feelings of loss, so I made myself all bloody. How can I welcome him back now? I didn't believe Satoshi-kun would come back. I didn't believe Satoshi-kun was alive. I didn't think he was alive, so I thought he was dead. I believed in his death. I killed him and myself. Nobody else did. I did that. But Satoko believed until the very end. And she was rewarded in her final moments. Satoko wasn't here anymore. She had no more need for her bloody, painful shell. But I'm still here, trapped in my bloody, tainted flesh. I'm going to rot inside of it. Satoshi-kun was waiting for both Satoko and me. But to be reunited with Satoshi-kun, we had to keep our promises. Satoko's promise was to be strong. Satoko kept that promise until the bitter end, and Satoshi-kun embraced her. My promise was to take care of Satoko for Satoshi-kun. I never kept that promise from the beginning. Therefore, Satoshi-kun will never embrace me. Even if I were to rub Satoko's wounds and ask her if they hurt, they wouldn't mean anything. That was when I felt something behind me. It wasn't Satoshi-kun or the thing that scared me before. I didn't know who it was, but it was right there criticizing me for my mistakes. Then, I finally realized it. That thing is me. I had always been there, standing behind myself and watching me break that promise. Satoshi-kun asked me to take care of Satoko, yet I didn't keep that promise. I had been watching that happen. I cried and gave up on myself. Wait, Satoshi-kun gave up on me, and I gave up on myself. What will happen to me now? I don't want to be in this darkness. I don't want to be all bloody. Please don't leave me. If I give up on myself, what will happen to my body? There will be nothing left. The only thing I'll have left in me is an evil demon. Ah, I get it. I've known for a long time now. I am nothing but a demon. A demon doesn't feel sad. A demon's heart can never be in pain. A demon doesn't cry. Shion was still apologizing. She believed that that was the only way for her to save Satoko. Her voice was growing hoarse and weak. I guess she realized what happened to Satoko. Shion cried in her cell.
鬼ってのも悪くないね。人が泣いたり叫んだりするのを見るのがこんなにも楽しいものだなんて知らなかったよ。私も人の世ってやつを十分に楽しませてもらったからね。そのうち自らの命を絶って鬼の国へ帰らせてもらうよ。でも安心しな。その前にちゃんとあんたは殺していく。
Man, she's just not letting it go, huh?
あんたを殺すために今があるんだもの。
I mean, we might as well just go all the way at this point. Yep, this is irreversible. You can't go back from this, so you might as well just see it through to the end.
人を嘆かせて泣き声をすするのが私の鬼の優越だもんね。そうだ。あんたはケイちゃんが好きだったね。よし。あんたの前でケイちゃんを引き裂いてあげるよ。これは極めつけだね。その後にあんたを殺し、私も殺そう。
But what do we got here? Yeah, you can't spell slaughter without laughter. That's a classic meme right there.
そうさ。鬼ヶ淵村は鬼の村。かつて鬼ヶ淵より湧き出した鬼が村を襲った伝承のある村。私もまた伝承の鬼たちのように猛威を振るい、そしてお社様の裁きを待とう。それでこそひなみ沢村にふさわしい災禍と言えるだろうね。
Yeah, this is the chapter for laughs. If y'all like some laughs, this is the chapter that's got them.
ケイちゃんですか？私です。シオンです。電話なかなか出なかったんで、お留守かと思って切ろうとしてたんですよ。
ごめん。ちょっとお風呂に入っててさ。
それでもご家族の方が電話を取りませんか？ひょっとしてケイちゃんの家、今ご両親はお留守なんですか？
いや別に留守ってわけじゃ。そんなことより。
Oh boy, done screwed up now.
聞いたか？リカちゃんとサトコの件。
いえ、結局あの後 どうなったんですか？見つかったんですか？
Did they find them? Did they find them, Kei-chan? Did they?
ああ、見つからなかった。
ケイちゃん、どうか気を落とさないで。
Don't lose hope, Kei-chan. There's still hope. We can find them.
リカちゃんとサトコはさらわれたんだよな。
はい、それは間違いないでしょうね。
リカちゃんとサトコは、いや、ごめん。村長さんはさらわれてどうなったと思う？
Yeah, well, yeah, they are kids and they are napping, so to speak.
まだ生きてるんだろうか？
Keiichi sounded confused. He wanted to believe Satoko and Rika were still alive, which was why he was asking. Keiichi was just like Satoko. Unless the culprit was after money, the abductee would usually get killed right away. I'd never assumed they'd still be alive, but Keiichi was trying to hold out a little hope. I could feel his strength. It was much greater than mine. I'm a demon, so I didn't come up with an excuse.
殺されちゃったんだと思います。
おいおい、そんなにあっさり。
人間をさらってその状態を維持するのってとても大変なことだと思います。人質にするんでもない限り、用が済んだら殺しちゃうのが一番合理的じゃないかと。
殺しちゃうってそんなにあっさり？人の命を何だと思ってやがるんだ。
恐ろしいことだとは思いますが、多分そうではないかと。
村長が殺されたということは、リカちゃんやサトコも同じように殺されたかもしれないということなのか？いや、そんなはずは。どっかのじじいとはわけが違うぞ。リカちゃんだぞ、サトコだぞ。そんなにあっさりと殺すはずは。
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. Like, they didn't go down easy. They were both pretty. They were pretty rough final bosses. Stop killing an old man. Keiichi was still refusing to believe what I said. He fought so hard because he didn't want to kill his friends within him. I wasn't like that. I killed Satoshi-kun within me so easily. I blamed Shion for not protecting Satoshi-kun, but I killed him so
リカちゃん
easily.
とサトコちゃんも同じだと思った方がいいでしょう、ね。
Come to the pits of despair with me, boy. I think it's working. That is a man. That is a man in some despair right now. Somebody get this boy some hope. Please. I'm gonna need to get this boy an injection of hope. Keiichi roared and cried. It was like their deaths were physically agonizing to him.
どうして人をさらったり殺したりするんだよ。たたりだかなんだか知らないが、人の命ってのはそんなに安いのかよ。
Yeah, like, the actors and actresses in this series, they not only have to have incredible range, but they need to be able to scream and laugh at these really, really, like, very intense levels, and it's just like, that's dedication to a craft.
あっさり消したり殺したり。
ええ、全くです。悪魔ですよね。
I laughed at myself. I was sure Keiichi didn't notice.
教えてくれ。どうしてこのひなみ沢では綿流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのにどうしてまだたたり足りないんだ。どうしてだよ。どうして。理由があるなら言ってみろよ。
ケイちゃんの気持ち、私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に終わったんです。なのに毎年お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。なぜ？どうしてなんですか？全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに、どうして？どうして？
それを俺が聞いてるんだ。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。
She is really winding him up, man. Look at her go. Of course, the curse of Oyashiro-sama never existed. It was just a bizarre environment that allowed people to kill in the name of Oyashiro-sama. The environment and nothing more. Nothing would have happened unless there were demons who danced
いい
within
です
it.
か。お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは初めから存在しません。ケイちゃんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返しているんです。奴らは狡猾でした。たたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが殺された。
じゃあ2人で十分じゃねえかよ。どうして村長やリカちゃんやサトコまで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。
And my grandma too, right? Oh wait, whoops.
それに俺は過去のことは今さらどうでもいいんだ。リカちゃんとサトコがなぜ殺されなくちゃならなかったのか、その一点にしか興味はないんだ。どうしてなんだ。サトコには打ち明けですらないんだぞ。どうしてサトコまで、どうしてなんだ。
Satoshi-kun was speaking through Keiichi's mouth. How could I respond? I didn't know what to say. I could only feel myself being stabbed by the sharpness of those
Keiichi.
words.
もういじめないでください。
You don't get to say that at this point in the story, love. You don't get to say that. Those are not words that should pass your lips.
私だって何が何だかわからないんです。西宮殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。あの晩高野さんたちが死んだと聞き耳を疑いました。そしてすぐに気づいたんです。今度は自分が狙われる立場になったんだって。忍び込んだのは私たち4人。私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがない。そう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったかケイちゃんには分かりますよね。だから私、君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。君吉のおじいちゃん、そしてにっこり笑って、しおんちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら鬼隠しになんかなるものかって、本当に笑いながら任せなさいって。
I remembered Uncle Kimiyoshi speaking ill of Satoshi-kun. I killed him, but everyone in Hinamazawa did that. I wasn't the only one at fault.
村長に打ち明けたんだよ。ごめんな、シオン。悲しい気持ちのところに追い打ちをかけるようで。
I love this little bit of investigative work. That Keiichi, finally thinking for himself, puts that noodle to work. Finally.
打ち明けたんだよな。君吉のおじいちゃん、つまり村長に。
はい。
いつ打ち明けたんだよ。
Keiichi spent too much time around that damn Rena girl. Starts being too damn observant. Keiichi's tone was becoming sharper. The edge was cruel, but it was sharp conviction. It wasn't a dull edge that caused excessive pain. It had a clean, pleasant sharpness to
村
it.
長さんは重い血を患ってて病院にかかっていたという話は知ってるか。
ケイちゃん、それが何か。
答えてくれ。知らないなら知らないと答えればいい。
痔だったのは知ってます。座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
病院に通ってたんだ。どこの病院かは知ってるようだ。
ごめんなさい。それはちょっと知りませんけど。でもケイちゃん、 それが一体何の。
単刀直入に聞きたいんだ。シオンはいつ村長に打ち明けたんだ。どこで、いつ。大雑把でいいから教えてほしいんだ。
ケイちゃん、なんでそんなことを。
Very good, my bar Keiichi. You know who I am, don't
ありえ
you?
ないんだよ。村長が失踪した日、朝から消えるまでシオンには接触できる機会はありえないんだ。
そんな。
村長は朝一で誰にも内緒の大学病院へ一人で診察に出かけた。シオンは今この病院を知らないと言った。だから帰ってくるまで村長と接触することはできないはずだ。そうだろう。帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった。つまり会合が始まるまでの時間にも打ち明ける時間的余裕はないんだ。
But y'all don't like BGM like that? I think it sets the tone perfectly well. I think this is a baller-ass track. It's very atmospheric.
シオンも一緒に会合に出たのか。そして会合の席上で打ち明けたのか。ここで打ち明けなきゃもう時間がないもんな。会合が終わった後村長は帰宅途中で失踪するんだから。
実は会合にで。
あの日シオンが行くと言ったバイトすら君は欠勤してるんだ。もっと端的に言おう。君は俺と一緒に行った図書館以降誰にも目撃されていない。
ケイちゃん、
その時シオンは綿流しの翌日に失踪したんだ。
Bingo, Kei-chan. I'm
大石
impressed.
さんは君がすでに失踪していると言っているんだ。でもシオンはこうして毎晩俺に電話をかけてきてくれただろう。頼むシオン、俺が言ったことが間違ってるならそうだと言ってくれ。シオン頼むから。
Corner me even further. Corner me so the demon inside can't come up with excuses, so that it can't escape.
シオン、お前は村長に会ってなんかないんだ。もし会ったとしたなら。
The only time I could possibly have seen him on that day.
村長が会合を終えた後、すなわち失踪する直前、もしくは失踪してからしかありえないんだ。
Okay! Click! I screeched and screeched with laughter and slammed down the phone. Very good, Kei-chan. That's right. It's me. I'm the one. Hurry and corner me. Hurry. Let me be free. Oh, boy. Was he going to tell the police, or was he going to come here by himself? I wondered which it would be. If the police came, I'd struggle as much as I was able. I'd see how good Oishi would be at catching a demon. If Kei-chan came here alone, that wouldn't be smart of him. He couldn't complain about being eaten by a demon then. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him gruesomely while Shion watches. Therefore, Kei-chan, you shouldn't hold back. I only ever thought you were just a funny guy. I never thought I could expect so much from you. Bring Rena, please! It's dangerous to go alone. Take Rena. Uh-oh. We got some tunage here. We got more anxiety piano. Alright. It took them a long time to come for me. I had to wait until the following morning. I opened the gate without checking who was ringing the doorbell. I didn't even care who it was. If it was the police, that'd be fine with me. If it was Kei-chan, could you defeat me? Keiichi and Rena were here.
こんな時間に珍しいね。二人とも学校は？学校は休んだよ。ふん。ケイちゃんはともかく、レナも？二人とも不良なんだからな。
I laughed.
立ち話もなんでしょ？入りなよ。
I didn't think Rena would come. I thought it would be either the police or Kei-chan alone. I'll try tricking Kei-chan into coming with me to the underground storehouse. Oh, that is a plan that surely won't work. Rena, why don't you try to figure out what I'm attempting to do and stop me? You too, Kei-chan. If you figured out I was Shion, why don't you try and figure out the rest? I will act like a demon. I will struggle until the very last moment, so don't hold back. Please don't hesitate to kill a filthy demon like me.
Mio, まず謝ることがある。
ケイちゃんが？何を？
綿流しの晩、俺は神社の祭具殿に入ったんだ。
I didn't expect this to start with an apology. Okay, so he admitted to his sin of entering the ritual storehouse. I guess that was manly of him. I don't even care if the storehouse was forbidden anymore. Whatever. The rule came from those who believed it was even sacred. It was even a sacred place at all.
おととい、リカちゃんとサトコを呼んだろ。
覚えはないけど、そう思うに足る根拠があるなら聞かせてもらえる？
夕方過ぎのお夕食前の時間、リカちゃんが来たはずだよ。お醤油の大瓶を持って。
Yeah, right?
お裾分けしてもらいに。
Can you believe we got undone by a fucking bottle of soy sauce? Rena spoke with confidence. She wasn't even trying to gauge my reaction. She was simply telling me the truth. That cleverness was really pleasant
ど
to
うして
see.
そう思う？
そんなに難しい話じゃない。みーちゃんも見たでしょ？リカちゃんの部屋。冷ややっこがあるのにお醤油がなかった。そして流しの下にあるはずの醤油の大瓶も瓶ごとなかった。
何それ？それが私のとこへ来る理由になるわけ？
Rena sure is sharp. I tried to beat around the bush, but she was confident in her conclusions. She was cornering me. She was doing such a great job, too. It really put me at ease. Okay, demon. Rena knows what she's talking about. What kind of excuse are you going to come up with now?
長くなるから説明は省くけど、冷蔵庫の中身がみーちゃんの呼び出した話の内容まで如実に物語っちゃってるの。
There it is. The game is over. Rena, I was right about you. I don't like you. You were just too sharp. Shion is so obtuse that she never even recognized this side of you.
これは
Nobody ever expects the Renaquisition.
とんだ名探偵が身近にいたもんだよ。まさか冷蔵庫の中身だけで電話の内容まで見破るとは。参ったな。参った参った。
I laughed like crazy. I laughed because I was having so much fun. I sensed the poison inside my stomach dissipating and felt free and refreshed.
ミオ、警察はもうとっくにお前を疑ってるんだ。この家も大石さんの部下が踏み込もうと今も様子を伺ってる。
Kei-chan was threatening me. He was telling me I couldn't run or resist, so I should just surrender and accept my fate. You aren't doing that intensely enough, Kei-chan. Shouldn't you grab my collar and knock me to the ground? Today is the day I'm prepared to die. After that, they went easy, because they just wanted to know the reason why Mion committed such crimes. You all are being too lenient about this. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. Are you saying that if you can understand that reasoning, murderer is okay? A demon is a demon. A murderer is a murderer. Whether that motive is to have fun, to live, or to take revenge, that makes no difference. Why do you even want to know that? Why don't you just tackle me and take me to the police? Look there. The demon is trying to deceive you.
初めてご挨拶申し上げます。園崎本家当主跡継ぎミオンでございます。本日はようこそ園崎本家においでくださいました。当主お寮に代わりまして皆様にご挨拶申し上げます。皆様におかれましてはいろいろお尋ねになりたいことがおありの様子。私にお話しできることでしたら包み隠さずお話ししたいと存じます。
I then told them about the strange events that led to Onigafuchi village becoming Hinamizawa, which Takano-san had told me about before. About half of it was the truth, the other half was completely made up. I just made it sound like it was only natural that their best friend committed such a gruesome crime. Keiichi and Rena were both overwhelmed by the history of Onigafuchi village, which was swallowed by the gloomy yep, there's words coming out of my mouth. Oh well. I guess I made it interesting enough. I'm sure they enjoyed hearing me tell the story. But you know, I'm the one who committed the incidents that happened in the present time. What was the point of listening to those old folk tales? Are you thinking it'll make your best friend's crime easier to swallow? You're just trying to satisfy yourselves. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. I have sinned. These old folk tales have nothing to do with the crimes I've committed. The way those two listened to me so intensely almost made it fun. I told them that people used to make canned human meat and conducted gruesome research during the war. Those were things Takano-san told me. Hey, you two. Haven't you realized yet? Haven't you realized that I'm talking about has nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now? You both look so serious. You two are such fools.
南沢村を再び鬼ヶ淵村のように崇められるに足る神聖な存在に。
She's like just really having the biggest role play session of her life right now. She's like, my time as a D&D DM has finally paid off.
それが我ら鬼ヶ淵村の末裔の悲願であり、園崎本家の鬼を継ぐ者の宿命なのです。
鬼を継ぐ者？
我が園崎本家は代々当主の名に鬼の一字を加える習慣があるのです。私の名前を手のひらにでも書いていただければ一目瞭然かと。
Keiichi tried to write me on his palm.
本当だ。鬼という文字が含まれてる。
名前だけではありませんよ。この体にも鬼が刻まれているのです。
I stood up and made to show my bare back. Of course, I don't actually have a tattoo there.
いいよみーちゃん。見せる必要なんて全然ない。
ありがとう。
I laughed a little. They must really believe that I'm their best friend Mion. My goodness, the demon has won already. They were doing so well at the beginning, too. I eventually sat back down after finished telling my made-up tearjerker stories. It's your loss if you all shed any tears now. I looked at Keiichi. He wasn't crying, but he was overcome by emotion. I looked at Rena. Surprisingly, she still maintained an aggressive look, showing her will to fight.
でも、みーちゃんはリカちゃんとサトコちゃんを殺したんだよね。
You're good, Rena. You know what I just told you isn't an excuse for murder. You usually act like such a goofball, but now here you really are. You sure are something. You're far sharper than Shion.
他の人のことは殺してもいいとも言わないよ。でも、とにかくみーちゃんはリカちゃんとサトコちゃんを殺した。
弁解はしないよ。 私には鬼が宿ってる。名前にも体にも心にも。でも手を下したのは鬼じゃない。園崎ミオン。私ミオンが望んだからリカちゃんとサトコが死んだ。それは変わらない。レナの言う通りだよ。
Come on, Rena. Try to figure out who I really am. You still believe Shion, my victim, is the real culprit. Poor Shion, I'm making Rena believe that you're responsible. That was it for Rena, though. She couldn't figure out I was Mion.
自首しよう。
Rena spoke to Mion.
私たちも一緒に行くよ。親友を一人きりになんか絶対にしない。
泣くことレナには勝てないわ。
I don't know. I think you're pretty good at beating crying children. You did that a few chapters ago. Just saying. Too bad, Rena. I've
自分
won.
で自分の罪どのくらいになるかよくわかってる。たとえ自首が認められても多分もうここに帰ってくることもないと思う。だから最後にわがままを聞いてほしいな。
Just one last request, everybody. She has one last request.
30分でいいから
30 minutes is all I need.
ケイちゃんと二人きりにしてほしい。
Keiichi looked startled to suddenly hear his name. You're so insensitive, Keiichi. That's what made my sister cry.
ケイチ君どうかな。ケイチ君が嫌なら無理にとは言えない。
そうだね。嫌ならそれでもいいよ。私は鬼だもん。
1500 seconds.
ケイちゃんはよそから引っ越してきた正真正銘の人間。相入れることなんてお社様が実在して仲介してくれない限り絶対にない。
Keiichi hesitated a little. Come on, Kei-chan, condemn me. Condemn me and tell me you'd never go.
ああ、
Well, okay.
いいぜ。
ありがとう。
Fool!
私からも
Fool!
ありがとう
A foolish fool who only foolishly does foolish things!
ケイチ君
Rena stood up. As promised, she made to
あ、
leave.
いいよレナ。ここで待っててくれれば。ケイちゃんとは庭をぐるりと回りたいだけだから。退屈だったら私の部屋へ行けばいい。漫画とか好きに読んでていいよ。
Gosh, she's so nice.
あ、なんだったらお気に入りの単行本丸ごと持ってってもいい。
嫌だよ。
Like, Rena, you're so much smarter than this. Why are you letting this happen?
みーちゃんの本はみーちゃんのものだもの。勝手にレナの家に持って帰れない。
Like, I've got some revolutionary girl lieutenant in there. Yeah, Rena runs out of the house. Just
こんな時
volumes
に
of
限っていい
manga.
子なんだから。
They're like, what the fuck is going on in there? I took Rena's head and rubbed it like Satoshi-kun used to do me.
じゃあ行こうケイちゃん。
The game was over. Too bad, Rena. At least this was more fun if Kei-chan came alone. If he did, he could have asked me to run away with him after hearing my stories. Rena's eyes were like those of a judge. In those eyes, I sensed both affection and observance. I said 30 minutes, so she would probably only wait for 30 minutes. If I even took a second longer, she'd call Oishi. I'm a little disappointed. Rena still thinks I'm Mion. She didn't manage to see through me. I thought someone like her would be able to see the demon in me. I guess I was wrong. Too bad. Keiichi followed me after putting his shoes on.
組んでもいいかな。
Such a humble request.
別に構わないぞ。
I don't mind going arm in arm with somebody who has literally just confessed to many, many murders. I took Keiichi's arm. It was as warm as Satoshi-kun's. I felt a little
私に
bewildered.
腕を組まれたらなんだか緊張しちゃわない？例えば急に関節技を決められちゃうんじゃないかななんて思ったりとか。
Yeah, wrestling moves is definitely what he's thinking right now.
姉妹揃って同じことを言うんだな。思わないよ。全然。
He was remembering the time when I'd held his arm in
シオンも
town.
ケイちゃんのことが好きだったみたい。
そうなんだ。
I told him how my sister felt. Shion was with Satoshi-kun for a long time, but what they had was friendship. They never had anything more than that. That was why she fell in love with Keiichi. If I were in her position, I would also have fallen in love with him. If Shion was able to fall in love with him, then I could fall in love with him too. Keiichi smiled gently. I almost saw Satoshi-kun in that smile. The Keiichi I knew was worthless and superficial. I never realized he could smile like Satoshi-kun.
ミオンとシオンは仲は良かったんだろう。
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
さあどうかな。ケイちゃんは自分の右手と左手は仲がいいと思う？
え？右手と左手？
Urkel that gift.
それは仲がいいとか悪いとか、そういう言い方で例えるものじゃないな。
そういう関係だから。仲がいいとか悪いとか、そういう尺度では測れない関係。
We'd been together since we were born. We'd been living in this world as a pair. But I was Mion and she was Shion. Mion was treated specially, and I insisted on being her. Of course, that was unpleasant for Shion. Deciding to be fair, we switched places all the time. We were probably different from other identical twins. We didn't really like the same things or do things the same way. We even managed to share our knowledge and experiences. When we talked about our experiences, we could share them. As Mion and Shion, we shared everything. That was why each of us was both Mion and Shion at the same time. No, maybe Shion was the only one who thought that way. I was a little different than that. I was simply letting Shion be Mion once in a while. I was Mion, the successor of the Sonozaki family. I was supposed to be treated specially. I always thought that was my privilege. Just like everyone tried to distinguish between Mion and Shion, I also tried to distinguish between us.
例えば利き腕というものがあるように、右手と左手には間違いなく優劣の違いがある。
Sometimes your hands just gotta do the murder.
もしも鍋
that's
つか
just
み
how
が
it be.
片方しかなかったら迷うことなく利き腕にするでしょ。そういう差はあったんじゃないかと思う。だからといって左手がなくなったっていいなんて思う人は誰もいないはず。そんなよくわからない関係だね。
それは近くにいすぎるから見えなくなっているだけで、きっととても仲のいいことなんだと思う。俺は一人っ子だから、祭りの前日ミオンとシオンが二人してじゃれ合っているのをすごく羨ましいと思った。
ないものねだりじゃないの。双子なんて昔は人をからかったりしてそこそこに面白かったけど、こうして互いがはっきりと異なる個性を持った今ではかえって邪魔なだけ。
As an older sister, I felt I was mean for thinking that way, so as punishment, I became Shion. Who am I? I never had a solid identity in the first place. I was Mion, then I was Shion. I should have just accepted that, but something has changed. I don't even know if I'm Mion or Shion anymore. Had I really been stupid enough to hope that Rena would figure it out for me?
シオンはまだ生きてる。
本当か？
Keiichi looked into my eyes. I nodded quietly.
誰よりもむごたらしい死に方をさせてやろうとずっと考えて閉じ込めておいたけど、今日までその方法はとうとう思いつかなかった。
That was a lie. I've already come up with ideas, and I've already begun to execute them. I dumped the hag into the well in front of Shion. I dumped Kimiyoshi and Rika in there. I even killed Satoko too. And right now, I'm plotting to kill Keiichi, who Shion fell in love with. I am a demon. Any such gruesome act is simply pleasure to me. That's when I felt a warm hand rubbing my head. It wasn't Satoshi's hand, but Keiichi's. Keiichi and Satoshi-kun are totally different. Why did Shion fall in love with him? He has a rough hand. It didn't make me happy. That he understood my feelings was just my imagination. I wasn't happy, and it didn't feel good. It didn't. I swear it didn't.
私の罪のすべてを見て
Fucking
ほ
think
しい
it
から。
did. I got a fucking whole torture house to show you it didn't, motherfucker.
でもそれはケイちゃんにとってこの上なく辛い光景かもしれない。
I am going to commit my final crime. I am going to let you see it. I am going to let Shion see it. When I do, are you still going to think I'm your best friend? Poor Shion. Kei-chan is going to die thinking it's you who's killing him.
引き返すなら今だよ。
This might be the worst thing
ケイ
you'll
ちゃん
ever
の中
see.
の園崎美音がどんな人かは知らないけれど、中に入ればその美音はきっと
Wasn't it? Wasn't it though?
変わらない。何度だって言う。園崎美音は俺の最高の親友だ。
You are such a fool. You don't sound cool at all. I don't understand human feelings because I'm now a demon. Like, she's the biggest chunibyo in the world. But I think I understand why she loves you. I opened the iron door to the underground storehouse and beckoned Keiichi inside. Come on, Keiichi. This is obviously a trap. Don't you see? This basement is transparently suspicious. Don't you think you should run to the police? But Keiichi was reckless. He swallowed, then stepped inside. You really are a fool. I went down the stairs to the basement and led him into the torture room. Everyone is shocked their first time. Everybody is shocked the first time they visit a weird murder basement. I used to be that way. Of course, Keiichi looked surprised too, but he was trying not to show it. Obviously, he wanted to express his shock at seeing this horrifying room, but he also knew that if he voiced that shock, that he would be rejecting his best friend, who was trying to confess her sins to him. So he did everything he could to stifle
大
his
昔の
surprise.
当主の書き物によるとね、血のしぶきってのは犠牲者に負担をかけない割にはインパクトがあるんだってさ。綿流しは見せしめのショーだったから、私のご先祖様たちは様々なショーを考案してたんだよ。ほら、そこが鑑賞席なんだよ。綿流しは見せしめのショーだから、客がいなきゃ意味がない。
Keiichi smiled quietly as he listened to me. No matter what cruelty came out of my mouth, he would embrace me. Was this really the superficial Keiichi Maibara I knew?
みんなここで私が殺した。見てくれている観客はいなかったけど、私は綿流しを上手にやってみせた。
Just had her own festivals. Great.
いや、観客は一人だけいたかな。
There was one spectator.
え？観客？
私という鬼がミオンの執り行う綿流しをずっと見てたから。
I started to laugh. How many hints do you need, Keiichi? When are you going to figure out I'm not really your best friend? Come on, hurry up. You're running out of time. The game is almost over. This was a game. This was a game of murder. I had killed people, using my revenge for Satoshi-kun as an excuse. The demon was trying to capture Keiichi and kill him before Mion's eyes. But Keiichi had a chance. If he figured out I wasn't his best friend, then he'd win. If not, he was out. When did I come up with that rule? I guess it was sometime today. Or did I come up with it just a minute ago? Since the two of them aren't too bright, I decided to go easy on them, I guess. You are Mion's best friends, right? Don't you believe in her? Have you already made Mion into a murderer within yourselves? Why don't you try to protect the Mion within you? Why don't you try to believe your friend can't be a murderer? If you could believe until the very end, like Satoko did, you would have realized I wasn't Mion, your best friend, but just someone who looks like her. But if you can't, if you still believe that I'm Mion, then you're just like me. I killed the Satoshi-kun within me so easily, and you will do the same. You don't deserve to
向こう
live.
が牢屋。
シオンはそこにいるのか？
You're not going to make it. Once we reach Shion's cell, your time is up. The demon will win.
シオン！シオンか！
ケイちゃんなの？
Keiichi ran to the
大丈夫か
cell.
シオン！怪我はしていないのか？
Shion screamed. I was standing right behind Keiichi. It was time. My preparations to kill the boy she loved were complete. For her, this was going to be the worst possible torture.
落ち着けシオン。もう全部終わったんだ。全部。
Keiichi tried to quell Shion's distress by talking to her in a calm voice. It was such a funny sight. Keiichi was the only one who had no idea what was going
シオン
on.
ご機嫌はいかがだった？私が憎いなら早く私を殺してよ。憎いのは私なんでしょ。早く殺して
落ち着けってシオン。もう終わったんだよ。大丈夫なんだ。だから落ち着け。
安心しなよ。あんたは殺さない。まだまだ殺さないんだから。
It's game over. I gave you enough chances. You cornered me quite well once, but that was it. You couldn't figure out that I'm not your best friend, Mion. You couldn't believe that Mion isn't a murderer. Ah, dame ober.
そんなに死にたければこの男を殺した後にゆっくりとひき肉にしてやるよ。古式にのっとり獅子の先端から少しずつガリゴリと削ってミンチにしてやる。あの肉引き器はあんたのために取っておいてあるんだからね。
Can you believe that there is a special Mion mincing machine? That's incredible. That is a very, 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 very specialized device to have in a torture chamber.
それともそれでケイちゃんをミンチにしてみせた方があんたには面白いかな。
おい、いい加減にし
How
ろ。
else do we get Mion juice?
今さら怖がらせてどうするんだよ。
ケイちゃん逃げて。
Here you are, demon. Go ahead and take my soul. I've been living my life to avenge Satoshi-kun, but that wasn't what he wanted from me. That was just for my own satisfaction. I couldn't even face Satoshi-kun, so I'll bring this to an end the way I want. The world became a total mess. Satoshi-kun hates me, and I hate myself too. I'm going to complete my revenge. I don't want anyone to sympathize with me. I won't pretend to be some tragic heroine either. I'm going to become a murderer that nobody could sympathize with. So please, grant a suitable final moment to me. A bluish-white flash filled the huge cave. Keiichi fell down like a doll. Shion reached out to him from the other side of the bars. She screamed at me not to kill Keiichi. Go ahead, cry and blame me. Don't even think of offering your forgiveness. I am the most rotten existence in this world. So please, grant me the worst possible ending. Shion begged me desperately to let Keiichi go. I simply abused her, slandered her, and disgraced her. The more Shion suffered, the deeper I'd fall into hell. It wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to deep enough. It wasn't deep enough to compensate for my sins. I dragged Keiichi to the table I tried to put Satoko on and restrained him there. Keiichi began to move sluggishly. The stun gun must not have worked too well on him.
これから始めるよ。ケイちゃんの若い悲鳴を ぷりと楽しみだ。
いい加減にしろ。
Oh! Hey there. Language. This is a family-friendly stream, I will have you know, Mr. Maibara. Keiichi squeezed out those words. He sounded good. Like he was about to bite
よう
me.
やくお目覚め。私、さっき嘘をついたね。シオンを一番むごたらしく殺してやろうと思って閉じ込めておいたけど、まだ思いつかないって言ったやつ。あれが嘘。
I smiled as I laid out the huge nails and a hammer specially made for the nail
あの子
table.
に自分のせいで死ぬ大勢の人の悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせて、体の芯まで染み通らせてから殺すの。なかなかセンスいいでしょ。
お前は誰だ？
は？
あ？
ミオンでしょ。園崎ミオン。恐怖で頭が変になっちゃった。
違うな。お前が園崎ミオンであるはずがない。
I stopped moving. Uh-oh, it's chime time. Shit. I decided the naming game would be over once we reached Shion's cell. Therefore, even if he guessed this time, it would be too late. Oh well, sure. I'll listen to you. This is your last chance.
へえ。じゃあ、私がミオンじゃなかったら、私は誰なわけ？
Come on, Kei-chan. Guess who I am. Why don't you try and save Mion, the girl who fell in love with you?
鬼だ。
え？
You literally bought a stick of bells to shake their... Wow, that's incredible! That's fucking awesome.
お前はミオンじゃない。
I think you just have to do that in every game when some shit's about to go down now. You have to grab them and give them a good rhythmic shake. I think that's just how it has to be with everything you play from now on, nerd.
さっきまで一緒だったミオンを返せ。
I like this duality of give Mion back as well. I don't know whether that kind of duality and theming is something he was specifically going for in moments like this. Like, because, you know, she was begging for her name back, and now he's asking for Mion back as well. Like, I don't know if that's something he was going for, but man, that's fucking brilliant.
ケイちゃん、本当に頭は大丈夫？恐怖で頭がどうかなっちゃった？
触るな！この鬼め！返せ！ミオンを返せよ！俺の最高の友人だったミオンを返せ！
I listened to him with a blank
ミオンを目
expression.
の前にしてミオンを返すなどとよまいごとであることは分かってる。でも
Why did it have to be this song, goddammit? Org!
目の前の今のこいつは断じてミオンではありえない。認めるわけにはいかないんだ。
That's great. So I'm not Mion or Shion. He doesn't even see me as my sister. No, wait, that's not it. Keiichi protected the Mion in his heart until the end. He didn't accept the fact that Mion was a murderer. And not just that either. He protected the Shion in his heart as well. He didn't conclude that if Mion wasn't a murderer, then it must have been Shion. Oh, wow. That's really good. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's really good. To Keiichi, Shion was someone who always made fun of Mion, but that was it. It wasn't like they'd known each other for a long time, but Keiichi protected her. He protected Shion from being a murderer. That's why I'm a demon, and not Mion or Shion, huh? A demon, huh? A demon. That's stupid. But isn't that just right on the money? Yeah, I'm gonna need it. God, this chapter's killing me.
私を笑い涙で溺れ殺すつもり？
However, Keiichi didn't back off. He kept screaming. He screamed loudly so that I could hear his voice even when I was stuck inside of a demon.
頑張れミオン。こんな鬼畜生に負けるな。本当に強いお前の力を見せてくれ。
Hey Poncho, how's it going? Hope your evening is well. Surely he isn't talking to me knowing that I'm the Romeon, right? He's just confusing us again. So there's no reason to let my heart be disturbed by Keiichi's screams towards Mion.
頼むよミオンミオンどこでお前はこんな鬼に負けちまったんだ。
And Raven, how's it going? Raven, you've missed. Oh man, oh geez, you're gonna have to watch the VOD. You gotta watch the VOD. Some shit happened. We may have continued doing the bad.
お前はこんな弱いやつじゃないだろう。負けるな。戦え戦え。
I know how that goes. It's like I know that like you tend to get out of work a bit later than the rest of us, but I kind of wanted to start earlier tonight because I didn't know, since I was going to try and shotgun the rest of this, I didn't know how long it would take, and I didn't want to run too late for Sayara's sake too. So it's kind of hard to always balance these out perfectly. He's right. I didn't fight back. How did he know? How did he know I didn't fight back? I lost to the demon. After all, I'm weak. I'm not strong enough to defeat the demon. You laugh like that to scare your brother. Even so, Keiichi continued to talk to Mion. His voice became hoarse, and he had begun sobbing. He kept mumbling, Mion, Mion.
ケイちゃん、メイドの土産なんて気の利いたものじゃないけれど、どうしても知りたがっているようだから一つだけ教えてあげるよ。私の中に鬼が宿ったのはずいぶん前。その鬼は私を蝕み強行に駆り立てようとした。だけれど私はそれを理性で抑えつけた。鬼はそれで収まり、私はその鬼はどこかへ行ってしまったんだと思い込んでいた。でも本当は違った。私の中から出て行ったんじゃなく、私の中で眠っていただけだったの。
That was the truth. When I learned about Satoshi-kun's disappearance, my weak soul couldn't take the sadness, and anger filled me to the brim. But the insanity had stopped there. Time had healed me, and embraced me with memories of
そ
Satoshi-kun.
の鬼はある小さなことをきっかけにまた目覚めてしまった。それは何に原因があったと思う？
It was such a little
鬼
thing.
の私が教えるのも変だけれど、あんたが全てをおかしくしてしまった元凶。
A tear rolled down my
あの
cheek.
時あんたがもらった人形を躊躇なく私に渡していたなら、全ての異常は起こらなかったかもしれない。ケイちゃんには理解できないだろうね。理解できなくて当然だけどね、そこからドミノ倒しみたいにパタパタパタといろんなものが倒れ始めて、収拾がつかなくなってしまった。初めの小さな一つを倒したあなたに自覚がないのは当然だろうけど、あなたが元凶なの。
If Kei-chan hadn't done something so insensitive, Shion wouldn't have cried. Shion cried and talked to me about it. That had reminded me of Satoshi-kun. I became jealous of her for having someone she loved so close to her. It was a very small jealousy, but that little feeling woke up the demon who was sleeping inside of me. After that, I just let the demon take over. The demon ate up all the sadness from the loss of Satoshi-kun and filled my heart with the notion of revenge, even though I knew that wouldn't make Satoshi-kun happy. Then, the scary incidents that followed dragged me to hell, from whence there was no escape.
そんな嘘だろ。
自覚がないのは当然。でも紛れもなく元気なのはケイちゃん。あの時あんたがさりげなく人形を私にあげていたら、多分こんなことにはならなかったと思う。
I don't know. I don't know about that. You seem pretty set on this whole revenge thing. I think that, like, she would have been like, yeah, I got a doll and maybe a boyfriend. I think maybe that little jealousy still would have welled up a little bit, but maybe that's just me. Was I simply transferring the blame to Keiichi? Such a tiny thing woke up the demon inside of me. The demon would have woken up eventually. I was at fault. I didn't fight back. I let the demon live in my soul, and I let the demon possess me. Keiichi didn't hide his tears. They were pouring down his cheeks. Maybe he was crying in my place, since I'd become a demon, and I couldn't cry of my own
じゃあ
will.
そろそろいい？このやり方はね、左手の小指の先端の節に釘を打つ。順に親指まで打ったらまた小指に戻って、今度は真ん中の節に釘を打つ。この調子で15本の釘で左手を打ちつける。
Don't let Kung Fu grow. Who wouldn't want it? How's it going, Daishi? Hope you are well this evening.
それが終わったら次は右手。それが終わったら次は指先ってたくさんの神経が集まってるから、ケイちゃんが想像するよりもはるかに痛いよ。両手30本を打ち終える前に失神しちゃう人もいるそうだから。
I put a nail to Keiichi's left pinky. Once I hit it with a huge hammer, it would start, and it would be over.
他の人を相手にするときには何のためらいもなかったけど、なぜかあんたにはためらいがあるよ。
それでミオンの鬼が収まるなら気の済むようにやってくれ。
I didn't understand what he just said, so I tried to repeat his words in my
あん
head.
た本気で言ってるの？
俺が傷つけたミオンの痛みに比べればこんなの大したことないんだろ。気の済むようにするといい。その代わり2つ約束しろ。俺を気が済むまで痛めつけたらシオンは許してやれ。細工殿に忍び込んだ罪にはそれで十分見合う仕打ちをしたはずだ。
あんたこの後に及んで自分よりシオンの心配ができるわけ？
What was your question about this chapter? I am Mion Sonozaki, so why are my eyes growing so damp when hearing Keiichi show his concern for
も
Shion?
う一つは気が済んだらもうお前は消えろ。
No. I did not get a choice during this. I was supposed to, I assume? Because I did enable choices. Okay, you'll ask when we get to it? Alright. Well, the 07th mod actually enables the choices that were in the PS3 version. And includes the bad endings. You can set that as an option when you start on this 07th mod version. But I guess I was supposed to have gotten a choice during this, and I didn't for some reason.
その体をミオンに返してやってくれ。それだけだ。
あんたって人には命乞いをするとかそういう考えは思い浮かばないの？
約束2つじゃなくて
That's a clever
3つ
little
にしてい
line.
い
I
か。
love that. It's so
3つ目
cute.
は俺を殺すなにしてくれ。
最初に2つって言ったでしょ？
Dang. Cut him off. You only get 2.
だからもうダメ。
そいつは残念。
Even in this situation, Keiichi and I joked and laughed. Then I knew why Shion fell in love with him. He's different from Satoshi-kun, but he's a good
多
guy.
分私は約束を守らないよ。
Yeah, this one kind of destroyed me earlier
鬼だか
in
ら。
stream. You just missed it!
その時は仕方がないさ。
Keiichi smiled and then closed his
Kei-chan.
eyes.
今の3つ目の願いだけは聞いてもいいよ。
え
1つ目の願い、シオンを救うこと。これはもう無理。シオンは鬼が殺してしまう。それはもう決められたことだから止められない。だから諦めて。
I stroked Keiichi's
そ
chin.
して2つ目の願い、この体をミオンに返すこと。これももう無理。今日を境にミオンが戻ってくることはもうない。今日以降、もし私の姿があったとしても、それは姿だけ。私の姿をした鬼だから。
そんなことはない。ミオンはミオンだ。もう戻ってこないなんて悲しいことを言うな。
聞こえる？あの音。
I'd been hearing a noise. I knew what it had to be. A dull sound was repeating in a regular rhythm. It was accompanied by a light tremor. People were trying to force open the iron doors of the underground storehouse.
帰りが遅いからレナが大石を呼んだんでしょ。あのぼやっとした感じの子がこんなに頭が回るのだけは計算外だったな。
それについては同感だよ。
Really? I wonder how much Kei-chan really knows about Rena. Rena Ryugu. I won this time. Rena couldn't figure out who I was until the end. Or maybe she did. Rena didn't seem confused about whether I was Mion or Shion. Perhaps Rena could tell Mion and Shion apart through her sense of smell? She was good at that kind of thing. No way. I'm overestimating her. She's not a dog. I brought up my stun gun so Keiichi could see the
見たこ
sparks.
とないでしょ。本物のスタンガンだよ。かなり出力が上げられるようになってるけどね。
This stun gun has a kill count.
さっき俺に食らわせたのはそれか。子供のおもちゃには向かねえぞ。
Yeah, like that banging on the door, that was not the police. That's literally Rena with a hatchet.
そうだね。
They must have broken the first door. The path was complicated, but there was no other door for the one to this torture room.
殺さないけど、しばらくケイちゃんにはお休みしててもらうね。すぐに大石が来てくれるから。ちょっとの我慢。
Keiichi bit down and smiled bitterly. I paused, hesitating a little. Keiichi opened his eyes to see what was
ごめんね。
wrong.
ミオンを怪我して。
Oof! Oof! Big oof.
ここに入る前に約束した。何があっても俺の中のミオンは変わらない。
でも忘れて。今日以降、もしも私を見かけても近寄らないでね。それは私の屍に取り付いた鬼なんだから。
Bzzz. Keiichi fell unconscious. I locked the door to the torture room. I locked the door to the huge cave, too. That should give me some time. Uh-oh. It's chime time again. I don't like this. I don't like where this is going.
さあ出ておいで。
I opened the cell and told Shion to leave it. She was
あんたが
crying.
ケイちゃんを見逃してほしいと祈ったから、お姉はちゃんと約束を守ったよ。ケイちゃんはスタンガンで伸びてるだけ。もうすぐ警官隊が来るから解放されるよ。ありがとう、ありがとう。でもシオンにはまだ用がある。ここから脱出するの。
I took Shion to the cell with the hidden passage.
その前にシオン、あんたにミオンを返すわ。脱げ、その服。交換だよ、また。ほら、紙のゴムバンド。
Shion had no idea what was going on, but she changed her clothes as I ordered her to. I gave her the flashlight and she hung it around her
あんた
neck.
から先にどうぞ。井戸の底にあるとかいう隠し通路を探すの。
The light from the flashlight wasn't enough to entirely illuminate the way down. Nobody in their right mind would want to descend that well, but Shion obeyed and timidly climbed down the ladder. When she had passed entirely below the rim of the well, I brought out my stun gun and put it to Shion's head. Shion understood the meaning of that.
お姉ちゃん。あんたの望み通り、ケイちゃんは救った。代わりにあんたを殺してもいいってことだったもんね。お姉はちゃんと約束は守るよ。
Shion's hands and feet were clinging to the very unstable ladder, so there was no way she could protect herself. She was in a critical
ミオンの
situation.
格好をしたあんたはここから落ちておだぶつ。私はシオンの格好だからね。ケイちゃんが被害者だと立証してくれるよ。私は岩牢の中で警官隊の助けを待つ。まあ指紋なんかでバレるだろうけどさ。その頃にはどこかへ身を隠してるってわけ。お姉もなかなかやるでしょ。私を殺すとサトシの復讐になる。そこまで分かってるなら覚悟はいいよね。そこまで落ちてサトシ君に謝っといで。お姉、この底にはね、サトシはいないよ。は？あんたら言わなかったっけ？ここに捨てられてるって。園崎家で殺されてればここに捨てられてると思う。そうは言った。この後に及んでややこしいことを言うね。もうちょっと分かりやすくお姉に言ってごらん。私もね、サトシのこと好きだったんだよ。そりゃそうだろうね。私が好きになるくらいだもん。だからサトシが消えた時、私も悲しくて悔しくていろいろとね調べたんだよ。それでバッチャにね詰め寄ったんだよ。絞め殺してやろうってくらいに。
Throttle Granny! Throttle Granny! Let's do it!
そしたらバッチャが次期当主にしか話さないよ、絶対に内緒だよって。
What she said was something hard to believe. The hag said to Shion, the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with the disappearance of Satoshi-kun. Shion couldn't understand, so she asked again. The Sonozaki family held a lot of influence in the underworld because of our dad's connections. In fact, they used such illegal measures during the dam conflict. Therefore, people just assumed the Sonozaki family had pulled the strings when the dam construction incident took place. But the hag laughed meaningfully and said suspicious things, so everyone believed that she was the mastermind. But it was all a performance. It was a hoax by the Sonozaki family head. It was just a bluff. The family took credit for the incidents to make it look like they were pulling the strings. With the influence they already had, the bluff was very believable. Therefore, people thought of the Sonozaki family as one that had deep connections in the underworld, that they were capable of producing any sort of conspiracy. People have believed that since the damn conflict. Oreo smiled at things as she had nothing to do with, as if she was pulling the strings. When the relatives saw that, they became fearful of Oreo's power. When the damn construction site manager was killed, Oreo smiled meaningfully. When the relatives saw that, they assumed Oreo was behind it. When the Hojo couple fell from the cliff, when the Furude couple died violently, when Satoshi-kun's aunt died and the Satoshi-kun disappeared, the hag just smiled meaningfully. Yes, she gets her bluffing skills from Onibaba. Everyone believed the Sonozaki family was behind all those incidents.
嘘だ！あの事件が園崎家が関わってないってわけ？そんなの信じると思う？
We're literally a Yakuza family that does nothing but take all the credit for it.
私はバッチャがね、特にサトシの思想については本当に知らないって言ったの。だってサトシとお姉の交際、バッチャは許したんだよ。爪を見事剥いで見せたから全部忘れるって言って。嘘だ嘘だ！手任せを言うな！じゃあ誰がサトシ君を消したの？誰が？それだけはわからない。でもね、園崎家じゃない、バッチャじゃない。あんただってたたりのシステムは知ってるでしょ？別にサトシ君を襲えとわざわざばあさんが指示しなくても気を利かす誰かが襲う。
Yep, magic word has been uttered. somebody get chime time going again.
そういう仕掛けでしょうが。
Nerd, I need chime time. Come on. Shion couldn't say anything in response, even if the hag had forgiven him personally. As long as he was the object of the curse, the executioner would follow him forever.
バッチャはね、お社様のたたり誰が起こしてるのかなって長いことだけど見つけられなかった。
Okay, so Granny has been searching for the cause of the curse as well?
誰もが村の中の誰かって信じてるのに、村の中にそんな人は存在しないの。存在しない？しないならなんで毎年たたりが起きるわけ？おかしいよね。でもいないの、いないんだって。フルでリカが私に首をかきむしる注射で襲いかかってきたってのは話したよね。
Feels bad, man.
それはどう説明するの？急須猫を噛むって状況じゃない。向こうから訪ねてきて催涙スプレーと注射器で襲いかかってきた。
Oopsie poopsie.
おそらく同じ注射で富武さんが殺されてるんだと思う。それはわからない。リカちゃんがそんなことするなんて信じられないよ。実際に見た私でも信じられないよ。あの死に方を見りゃね。
I don't think Shion and the hag are lying. That would mean the hag wasn't in as much control as we thought she was, though. She didn't know anything about the scary drug, or if the Furude family was the one executing the curse. If the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it, then the one who made the series of mysterious... Then who made the series of mysterious deaths possible? Was it just a coincidence that something happened 5 years in a row on the night of Watanagashi? That's impossible. A human must have made it happen. And it was all decided somewhere the Sonozaki family wasn't aware of. The Kimiyoshi family didn't know anything. Kimiyoshi believed the Sonozaki family was behind it. Was it the Furude family? With Rika's behavior and the elderly people who believed in her so blindly, did some kind of power exist behind the Furude family that created the curse? No way. The Furude couple themselves were victims of it. How could a little girl like Rika possess a power stronger than that of the Sonozaki family? No way. It's just impossible. In other words, I had killed the heads of all three families and I was trying to bring an end to the whole thing, all as a result of a misunderstanding about the dark secret of Hinamizawa. Then what about my revenge? Did I kill all the wrong people? People that had nothing to do with Satoshi-kun's disappearance at all? やるね、シオン。最後の最後で
私の復讐劇をひっくり返そうってわけ。お姉ちゃん、信じて。
Jetstorm 4's he's got his Rememberizer hat on.
私は仇なんかじゃない。信じてよ、お姉ちゃん。
Shion begged me with tears in her eyes. That would have affected me if I was still Shion's sister, but I didn't feel anything anymore, because I'm a demon. I'll be done once I kill Shion. I've already decided that. If I don't finish it up, what would my existence be for? What about the life I devoted to revenge for Satoshi-kun? How dare she tell me all this nonsense to confuse me at the very end? What if she said if what she said was the truth, then what I'd done wasn't revenge. It was just the curse of the 5th year.
シオン、あんたが本当に無実なら、あんたは天国へ行けるね。サトシ君に謝っておいて。おね。
A bluish white spark lit up the darkness and Shion disappeared into the well.
サトシ君に謝って。私は天国には行けないから謝れない。
Instead, I'm going deep into hell. Jumping into this well would be too simple an atonement for what I've done. Until I find a perfect way to end my life, I'm going to live as best I can. All right, we have a tip, and then we're going to take like a 5-minute break, and then we're coming back, and we're doing the rest. All right, $1.99. Shion Sonozaki's last confession is dubious. Did the hat convince her that the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it? Or is that the truth? In my own investigation so far, I've proven that there are aspects of the curse which can't be explained by the Sonozaki family alone, so my notes were all bogus from the beginning. These 200 pages are full of bullshit. I thought of burning this notebook, but I won't do it. The notebook proves my guilt. I won't distort the facts. I won't burn it. After all, my life was only a notebook long. I wonder if anybody will read this. If somebody does, please let them learn something from my stupidity. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, dubbed Oishiro-sama's curse. If you're reading this, you're gonna do it. You're gonna hit me with this line, aren't you? You motherfuckers! Ugh! You bastards! That line, fucking shit. That's my only wish. June 1983. Mion Sonozaki. Alright, we're going to drop a save, and then we're going to be back, and we're going to finish out the rest, everybody. So stick tight. I will be back 3-5-ish minutes, and then we'll kick out the jams. In the meantime, enjoy this fan art by Sayara. It's very Higurashi related. It's called Infestation. No talk Sayara, he angry. Alright. Give everybody a chance, a minute or so to get back. And then we'll dive back in to the exciting conclusion. Oh, this artwork is now a print in the shop? Nice. Nice. Is the Satoko sad one gonna be a print, by the way, out of curiosity, or was that one like not of high resolution enough? You wish you could be angry, but you're full of despair. The one that's named after the Satoko crying sprite. I mean, I'll probably buy this one too, but I was actually just genuinely curious about the Satoko one. Okay, well, cool. Keep me apprised of the situation. All right, everybody. Are we all ready? Are we ready to travel down the slide of joy? It's a slide of happiness. We're going to slide face first into a happy pie, I'm sure of it. Get them big old smiles out. There you go. Raven's got the right idea. Big old smiles is all we got in this chat. We got some Uzume smiles, too. We got some Big Nep here. We got some Momi Momiji. We got some. There we go. Look at this. I got so many smiles. Some of them are Franker Faces smiles, so I don't know if you could see them all. But there you go. Look at all them smiles. All right, let's go. June 1983. There's been a series of disappearances in Hinamizawa Village, Shishibone City, XX Prefecture. The suspect is Mion Sonozaki, 1X years old. She's like 16-ish. Yep, the chapter's not even over yet. Allegedly, she abducted, imprisoned, and killed 5 Hinamizawan residents: Oryo Sonozaki, Shion Sonozaki, Kiichiro Kimiyoshi, Rika Furude, and Satoko Hojo between June 19th and the 21st. Preliminary investigation on the incident was delayed at the time due to insufficient evidence, but by chance, the case was solved rather abruptly. On the morning of the 22nd, a vehicle patrolling the Sonozaki property heard screams from inside and rushed in as an emergency measure. They secured the suspect's missing younger sister, Shion Sonozaki, and her 2 missing classmates, Keiichi Maibara and Reino Ryu. The suspect fled the scene. We found hair, pieces of skin, and blood of the 4 missing people, Oryo Sonozaki, Keiichiro Kimiyoshi, Rika Furude, and Satoko Hojo, in the torture room that was discovered in the basement of the outbuilding of the Sonozaki family property. Supposedly, that's where they were killed. We concluded that the victims were tortured in that torture room. However, their remains have still not been found. According to one of their imprisoned classmates' advice, the bodies should be somewhere in the basement of the outbuilding where the torture took place. However, nothing has been uncovered as of yet, including the escape route that the suspect took. In addition, investigations continue regarding any possible connection to the series of mysterious deaths in recent years. But no evidence that Mion Sonozaki was involved, either directly or indirectly, has been found. There are still many unclear points as to the motive behind the incident, and as those of the Sonozaki family and the residents of Hinamizawa have been extremely uncooperative in assisting us, we expect to require a long time to clarify them. The opinion of a local officer knowledgeable about the region is that this may have been a lynching, an internal form of punishing sacrilegious acts carried out against the beliefs of the Hinamizawa village. It is clear that these incidents are particularly rooted in this very region, and the Prefectural Police Department has ordered a cautious investigation. We anticipated gaining valuable clues from the missing persons believed to have been imprisoned for the longest time, Shion Sonozaki, the suspect's younger sister. However, the incident has left such serious mental after effects that she has not been in a state of mind to properly answer any questions about what she knows. The psychiatrist concluded that she is in a temporary state of shock, but as of today, she has yet to show any improvement. I was acting at first. It was just an act to avoid being interrogated by the police. As it turns out, though, fake insanity can become real. You see, I couldn't bear it any longer. I continued to be haunted by the presence Ren-Ryugu had talked about. It was so close that it could almost touch my back. It wasn't Satoshi-kun, and it wasn't a hallucination. It had become Shion's ghost. Shion didn't go to heaven after all. She was always by my side instead. She didn't like the fact that I was still alive when she wasn't, so she had decided to haunt me until she witnessed my death. Every night she whispered to me, telling me to die. I get it. I get it. I shouted at Shion at my back. Through my mouth, she shouted back at me. It must look odd to other people. They think I was arguing with myself. It's not fair. Why are you still living, sis? Die, die, die already. You said you'd die right after you killed me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It's so dark and cold in this well. It's cold. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I get it. I get it. Shut up. What exactly do you think, sis? You won't die in the way you want to. You're just running away. You're trying to survive. Even after you did all those things, you'll never be forgiven. You're cursed. You're cursed. You're destined to die.
やかましいよ、シオン。亡霊のくせにやかましい、やかましい。おねえ、おねえ。クソったれが。消え失せやがれ。ミオンはずるい。ミオンだけずるい。姉妹はいつも一緒。死んでも一緒。だからミオンほら迎えに来たんだよ。ミオン。
She is living like a rock star right now, just tearing up this room. Shion banged on the door. That noise is too loud. It's cracking my ears and my head open. Shion's trying to break in. Ah, shit. All right, Shion, I get it. The perfect way for me to die is to be cursed to death by you, isn't it? But I won't be going so easily. I won't simply disappear. It wouldn't be fair if your beloved was left alive after all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I went out into the balcony to avoid Shion, who was on the other side of the door. If I jump over the railing to the neighboring apartment, I could reach the fire escape. Eat shit! Eat shit, Shion! Eat shit, you piece of trash! Such fun dialogue. I leaned over the railing and jumped to the balcony next door. Then I rushed down the stairs, noiseless as a cat. Shion was too stupid to realize that I escaped. It wouldn't take long to get to Keiichi's house on a motorcycle. Shion must believe that I'm still in that room. She's so stupid. Soon enough, I could see the Maibara mansion. I'd never seen it before, but I'd heard a great deal about it from Shion. She told me that Keiichi's room is on the second floor. I should wake him up. Throw a stone. I threw a couple stones at the window, and shortly thereafter, the light turned on and the window opened. I saw Keiichi there. The moment I saw him, my madness cooled off for a while. Even from here, I could tell that Keiichi was running down the stairs. How many marbles does she have left at this point? I mean... There's an NES game that I like a lot called Marble Madness. Which might explain one or two things. He showed up quickly, with a doll in his hand. How nice. I felt depressed to see it. It was the doll he failed to give Shion. It isn't fair at all, Shion. I'm so jealous, Kei-chan. I want to receive a doll from Satoshi-kun, too.
Mio!
お久しぶり。どう？ 元気にしてた？
Despite the burning insanity within me, I spoke to him calmly. It's true. My body is controlled by the demon now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here this late.
お前こんなところをうろついてて大丈夫なのか？
本当はいけないよ。
Oh god, that is such a that is such a bad version of that video game, man. Go listen to some of the music from that monstrosity. Holy shit, it's incredible. Woo.
それよりどうしたんだよこんな時間に。
最後にお話ししたかったから。
I feel horribly sleepy. Maybe it's more like fainting due to loss of blood. The sensation is proof that the insanity is swallowing me.
私ね、もうここにはいられない。
大丈夫か？どこか具合でも？
今日まで頑張ってきたけど自分でわかるのもうダメ、もう限界。私のお迎えはもうすぐ後ろまで来てる。
Yeah, we literally said, yo, dude, if you see me again, fucking run. I won't get to decide how I die. Shion won't allow me to. No wonder. I dropped her down the well. It wasn't only her. None of the people I killed chose to die how they did. Considering that, debating how I'll die must seem like a luxurious concern to the dead. That's a surprisingly cogent thought to have.
大丈夫かよ？もう無理するな。あ、そうだ。俺ミオに。
I'll kill him. Kill him. Kill him. I'll avenge Satoshi-kun's death. I'll avenge his death. This guy is Shion's beloved. I hate her. I'll kill him and teach her a lesson. Eat this, she. Uh-oh. There you go. There you go. That's the stuff. When gravity's pull spun around me, I realized that I'd stabbed him with a knife. I made it! I made it! I made it before Shion killed me! I got back at her! Take that, Shion! Keiichi rolled on the ground, clutching his stomach.
できた！全部できた！私が殺したやつはこれで全員！
Yeah, I did it! I did it! I avenged your death, Satoshi-kun! Don't you love me for it? Will you stroke my head? Oh no, don't bring this back! Don't do this! Yes. This was all a bad dream. After all, I was in my room, like always, suffering from nightmares of Shion. But where was I now? I had been standing on my apartment's fire escape alone. I could still recall that dream. Yes, I had stepped out onto the veranda. My front door was still locked, so I had to climb through the veranda again. Whoa! My foot had slipped, and then I felt a floating sensation. After that, a sharp, indescribable pain ran through my head. It was incredible fame finally cleared the fog away from my nightmare. Oh dear. There you go. That is how that story ends, ladies and gentlemen. I just slipped from the fire escape as I tried to return to my balcony and fell onto the roof jutting out from the elevator hall 2 or 3 floors down. My room was on the 8th floor. I wasn't expecting to be caught up here. When I fell, my head landed right on the concrete corner and I could feel both enormous pain and the warm blood dripping out. I felt strangely calm. I couldn't sense the demon, Shion's ghost, or my grudge. I just felt like a baby. The nothingness brought me peace. All my memories from when I was born and named Mion up until today came to my mind. I recalled memories of the time I'd spent with Satoshi-kun. Tears rolled down my cheeks. Where did I go wrong? When in my life did I make the wrong So, chat. I know that it might be a little late to be having this conversation with a girl who is dying. Where do you think she made the wrong choice? What wrong choice could innocent little Shion Mion Sanazaki have made during this chapter that might have been the wrong way to go? When did the bad decisions start? When in my life did I make the wrong choice? I do know just where and when that was, because Satoshi-kun reminded me. I'll leave Sure. I believe you'll return. I'll be waiting for you. I'll take care of Satoko. I'll wait for you with her. We'll be good girls. You left your precious sister me and nobody else. I guess I didn't get the significance of what you said, but I'll be fine this time. I love you, Satoshi-kun. Satoko, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Shion, I'm really sorry. Could I repay everything with my death? No way, right? That's not how it should be done. I wanted Satoshi-kun to stroke my head one more time. I wanted to hear him mumble one more time. I knew it was too much to ask, and so I had no other regrets. That brought an end to my apologies. I rolled over, sending myself falling to the ground, head first. I hoped my head would crack open, to take me to the hell I deserved. I was just a demon. I belonged in hell. Why was I born? Why did this world give birth to me? I shouldn't have been born. I wouldn't have had to suffer if I hadn't been. What was the meaning of my meaningless life? If I wasn't born, nobody would have had to suffer. Thank you for treating me kindly, even though I was like this. Thank you for teaching me love, even though I was like this. Even though I was like this, even though... I'm really sorry, everybody. I really am. I'm sorry. If Satoshi-kun could give me another chance, I wouldn't make the same mistake again. Never again. Ah, here comes the ground. Bye! I love you. Eh?
今日までの出来事がすべて夢だったらいいのになって何度も思った。だから書いてみた。書いて夢になると信じて。ほら、よく漫画の中にあるじゃない？私の目の前に食べきれないほどのお菓子が積み上げてあって、それに手を伸ばし、まさに食らいつこうというところで無粋に起こされて目を覚ますの。それはとてつもなく長い夢で、私は1年以上も眠っていたことになる。そう、私は監督の野球チームの試合の後、有頂天に駆け出して赤信号の横断歩道に踊り出してバイクにはねられてしまった。それでずっと1年以上も意識が戻らなくて、
ようやく目が覚めるの。まぶたを開けた時、そこには病院の天井が飛び込んでくる。それからずっと看病しててくれたサトシくんが覗き込んでくれてさすがにこれはできすぎか。でもいいよね。そういうことにしてもいいよね。生まれてきてごめんなさい。あなたは今どこで何をしていますか。この空の続く場所にいますか。
Breakdown of all persons involved are linked to the series of deaths in Hinamizawa. Oh. Oh no, Kasai died of liver cancer in 2002. What a shitty way to go. Died in a Tokyo hospital July 3rd, 1983. Cause of death is acute heart failure. Died on June 30th, 1983. Cause of death is severe trauma due to impact after falling from the balcony of her apartment. Thank you for the gift sub to Daisushi, Taylor. Appreciate it. Gift subs for fuck cancer, right? Yep, that's what that was. Hello? Hello? What? Excuse me? Excuse me, I have questions.
そらレナ、机をくっつけろ。
ピッポー。レナのお弁当はミートボールなんだよ。
There's some crops for you.
おお、そりゃいいね。おじさんもぜひいただくよ。ほらリカちゃん、机。
My god, how long has it been since we've just had this scene? Oh my god.
くっつけるのですよ。ペター。残念なことにミートボールは私も大好物でございましたよ。
We need this moment. We need this.
皆さんに一口でも口に入るとは思わないことでしたよ。
Hey, whoa!
そうはいかないです。
That's neat. Oh my god! Check it out. She's got a new outfit. Okay, big old conflict here because the suit is way better. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. That uniform does not compare to the suit jacket. I'm sorry. Like, that's such a better look. Anything compete against suit jacket? Not for me. Like, that is like my thing.
明らかに野菜不足のさとこには特別にかぼちゃ弁当を用意させてもらいました。
うわ、そりゃいじめだぞシオン。
はあ、かぼちゃは嫌ですの。は
ほら、そのかぼちゃ嫌いはダメです。かぼちゃはですね、栄養価にとても優れているんです。育ち盛りのさとこは特に栄養に気を使わないといけないんですよ。私の目の黒いうちは変色は認めないので、その覚悟でお願いします。ほらほら、みんなもどうぞどうぞ。ほこほこのかぼちゃって甘くて美味しいんですよ。
もにゅもにゅ。
Oh my god.
さとこ、これなら甘くて美味しいのですよ。
お、確かにこりゃいけるな。
もにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅもにゅ。さとこ、これなら甘くて美味しいのですよ。
I was already way ahead of you.
かぼちゃの甘みが嫌みなく、それでいて絶妙で。さとこ、お前は食うな、もったいない。
なんですって？かぼちゃは嫌いですけど、言い方が気に入りませんわ。
そら言った言った。一口にガバッと言ってみなよ。
ほらね、美味しいでしょ？まあその
当たり前です。さとこがかぼちゃ嫌いを克服できるように日夜研究してますので。さて、この調子で今年中にナス、ピーマン、アスパラガスと制覇していきましょう。
冗談はごめんですわ。私が沖宮の学校に転校しましたよ。
ダメです。
I don't think I want to date Rika because she's literally 8 years old. No, thank you.
サトシ君から頼まれている以上、健康管理は私の担当です。
Did we ever decide on a difference between broccoli and cauliflower? No, not yet.
不摂生も許しませんから、そのつもりで。
シオンさん嫌い。かぼちゃ嫌。
Oh, fuck! They waited to use it for... Oh my god. I've been using this image as the YouTube thumbnails this entire fucking game, and I didn't know where they used it. Oh my god. Oh, my feels. Oh, my feels. This game features a scenario jump mode. Oh, my heart. My heart. Everybody, that hurt my little itty bitty heart. The tips rating room has been unlocked. Relieve the suffering. The staff room has been unlocked. This is a thank you message for purchasing the game. Go there, select extra in the title menu, and select staff room. Alright. A happy day and disowned. 2 more tips. Okay. So I guess we check those out in the extra menu. View tips. Alright. They should be in here. Let's see. Whoa! I see a thing in that second one. Okay. A happy diary. We got a happy diary this time, everybody!
ええ、葛西氏が踏み込んだ時には室内は無人でベランダへの窓が開きっぱなし。その時が飛び降り時刻です。それでその真下の5階エレベーターフロアの屋根に一度落ちて脳震盪。そのしばらく後に横に転がって再落下。
This is not happy at all. This is the opposite of happy.
葛西氏が飛び降りを疑って地上を調べた時に遺体が見つからなかったのは、この時点ではエレベーターフロアの屋根の上で混沌中だったからです。前原圭一が刺されたのはほぼ同じ頃。その頃には園崎紫音はすでに飛び降りていて、屋根の上で脳震盪中？
違いますね。ベランダから抜け出して前原圭一を刺してベランダへまた戻る時に誤って落下じゃないかな。
Yes, I am the foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish things.
悪いけど周辺の部屋のベランダとかも調べ直してください。
おいさん、3番にお電話です。
はいはい、どちら様から？
佐藤と伝えればわかるとか、合言葉は論と言えと。
なもしもし。ああ、佐藤さんですか。こっちへ電話ということはいい知らせでしょうね。
An informant got in contact with me and you were right after all.
ありがとうございます。今度フラワーロードで一杯おごりますよ。
なんです今の電話？麻雀の誘いですか？
ビンゴ。園崎姉妹は逆なんです。ミオンがシオンでシオンがミオン。入れ墨入れる時に間違って逆にやっちゃって取り返しがつかなくなったらしい。だからこのノートのミオンとシオンは逆に読むんです。それでならサトシ君とシオンさん、いやミオンさん、ややこしいなの関係が理解できる。
ノートって先日の大石さん宛てと書かれて郵便ポストに投函されてたっていう買いノートのことですか？中身はめちゃくちゃで捜査撹乱の恐れありって言いませんでしたっけ？
もちろん名前の入れ替えが分かったところで撹乱の域を出ませんがね。このノートどこまで信じていいのやら。もし本当なら古出理香の死のあたりが怪しすぎるからな。
異常者の日記ですよ。読んでるとこっちまで変になりそうです。最後のページの生まれてきてごめんなさいなんて読んでるとこっちまで飛び降りたくなりますよ。
でも幸せな日記じゃないですか。
If you say so, Oishi.
幸せですか？
この日記だけでサトシ君って名前何回くらい出てくると思います？シオンさんは本当にサトシ君のことが好きだったんだなって。その好きというのがね、若さゆえの勘違いでずれちゃって。
It's just a few mistakes, guys. Come on. Just a couple. Look, She made a couple of small errors in judgment, okay? Okay, here's one. Disowned. This has got me interested.
ねえ、教えてよ母さん。鬼ババとどういう喧嘩をしたわけ？
Their mom is fucking hot. There, I said it.
感動されるなんてよっぽどだったわけでしょ？
お前もくだらないことに興味が尽きないね。ま、実はね、父さんと結婚したいって言ったらね、ダメだって言われちゃったのよ。
え？何それ？
私も当時はだいぶしゃない生き方してて呆れられててね。その挙句連れてきた男が人形者だったわけでしょ。そりゃ大喧嘩よ。いい名付けは当主が決めるなんて言われて、そんなの知ったこっかい、こんなクソババア、この場で切り伏せたらって大立ち回りよ。
God damn.
互いに板の間の日本刀抜いてちゃんちゃんバラバラ。
鬼ババと盾を演じたわけ？母さんやるね。
まあね、母さんこう見えても若い頃は武闘派だし、互いに剣道有段だからそりゃあド派手だったわよ。周りはおろおろ。面白かった。
なるほどね。その騒ぎのせいで感動されたわけ？
そうよ、感動上等。遠慮なく感動もらって父さんと籍を入れたわよ。
Oh wait, let's see. There's Mom's sprite in the manga gamer version. I think that's reasonable. A little cuter. A little, like, it looks to skew a little more toward the cuter side. And that's Potato Sprite Mom. Yeah, Kasai is literally 3 people in one suit.
ま、けじめってことで爪を剥がされたけどね。ほら、左手の爪だけいびつでしょ。
うわあ、それで鬼ババと母さんはずっと仲が悪いわけだね。
シオン、本当はね、そんなことないの。私と鬼ババ様はちゃんと仲がいいんだよ。
嘘だ。
鬼ババ様には面倒な世間体があるからね。一度でも感動した以上甘くすると示しがつかないし、だから私も親類会議とかではおとなしく引っ込んでるけど、たまに遊びに行ってのんびりお茶とか飲んでるよ。
Are they trying to have a granny redemption arc? Because I don't know that I'm ready for that.
嘘だ。
実はね、内緒よ。鬼ババ様もね、その昔けじめで爪を剥いだことあるんだってよ。今度会ったら左手の爪をよく見てごらん。
いいえ、鬼ババは何をやったわけ？
そうね、母さんは知らない。
あ、その顔は知ってるな。教えてよ。
I think there's more wrong with these people than Oshiro-sama's curse. Alright. So we got a little more extra insight in there on Granny and the diary. So, I guess it's time we go ahead, jump to the staff room. Let's go. Do you think that a murder can be justified depending on the motive? Hi, this is Ryukishi07. Thank you for playing Higurashi When They Cry Kai, Chapter 5, Meakashi. This is interesting, because they usually do these with the characters doing this. Although I depict many deaths in my work, I often ask myself a question. That question is there such a thing as a justifiable murder? In our world, murder is prosecuted and the degree of punishment varies depending on the motive and circumstances. Having different degrees of punishment means that we are putting a value on a dead person's life. Some scenes justify murder in Higurashi, but degrading the life of a victim in these scenes, the players can sympathize with the characters more easily. The degree of sympathy would be different from person to person. The people who could sympathize probably felt catharsis, and the people who disagreed with the character might have felt uncomfortable. That's indicated by how opinions were polarized regarding Keiichi's actions in Higurashi. In Meakashi, there was also a number of murders, but this time the main character, Shion, tries to earn sympathy for each one of them. How did you feel? How much were you able to sympathize with her? If you couldn't sympathize with her at all, then please berate her as a crazy murderer. If you sympathize with her at all, then please have mercy on her. If you sympathize with her almost entirely, then please have mercy on her. If you completely sympathize with her, then please let us berate both of you as crazy murderers. LOL. What about me? Well, that's a secret. I'd like to reverse my question this time. What kind of murderer could you sympathize with if you were to be killed? A murderer who doesn't care about people's lives? That'd be quite a regrettable death. It's extremely sad to be killed in denial of all your own values. A murderer who begs for forgiveness in tears? That'd be quite regrettable too. They shouldn't kill you at all if they're begging for your forgiveness. So what kind of murderer could you sympathize with? In the end, sympathy might just be a method for making the story more interesting. If you can sympathize, it's fun. If you can't sympathize, they're just crazy. We cannot put a value on human life. It's a sin to even try doing so. A murder is a murder, nothing more than that. I just hope everybody can live happily together. How does that sound? Would you agree to that? If you wouldn't... Thank you very much for playing Higurashi When They Cry Kai, Chapter 5, Meakashi. I can only bring out this 5th episode thanks to all of your support. Higurashi will only get more intense as it approaches the finale. Nothing would make me happier than if you continued reading the chapters to come. The next chapter will be titled Sumi Horoboshi. Really, I am rather fortunate that you've enjoyed yourself even a little. Thank you again for playing. I hope this has brought a little color to your life. 07th expansion, Meakashi 07. That was actually really cute. Yeah, a motive of the heart is the best mystery to solve. I agree. The color is red. So much blood. All right. And with that, we have wrapped up another one of these big ol' visual novel thingies. I can't thank you all enough for coming out and making this kind of a worthwhile thing to do. The fact that people are still watching at this point is still just kind of astounding to me, but I appreciate, any and all people that are coming out to watch, people that are, have been here from the start, people that have just kind of started coming in. Like, it's really cool that so many people are here to kind of enjoy this story that is one that I've loved for over a decade. It's a story that means a lot to me. So being able to ride this out with a lot of cool people in the room, and the people that know the story being cool enough to not spoil it for the first timers has been really refreshing too. Like, everybody's just here, we're all enjoying this thing together, and it feels very good. So thanks everybody for just making this with the rough times the world's going through right now. This is one of the few things that I can do that brings me a little bit of joy, so I don't have to think about the bullshit that's going on in the world right now. And everybody being here and supporting that, it just means a lot to me. So thanks a lot. Y'all are absolutely beautiful people. So for Sumi Horoboshi, I think we're gonna pick that up on the 14th. I think I'm gonna take a little break because I kind of want to just I got some other things that I want to do. And next week, I think I'm going to do some Contra speedrunning. I want to get back to doing that a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll pick up Sumi Horoboshi on the 14th and then continue from there.